lifestyle, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick. In Wamego, just a short drive down the yellow brick road.
It's getting cold.
Yes, it is.
I guess one of the things that most farmers or ranchers may want to think about, they might not think about as it gets cold, Chad, is rodents.
Yeah, rodents can be a big problem. They can cause major damage to your equipment. They can chew, key wires and essential components. Not to mention, there's a little bit of economic loss to feed, or bags destroyed of stuff that you've got stored sitting around. So they can be a pain. One thing you have to remember is as it gets cold, they start looking for heat. So, you got a barn that's a little bit of shelter, you've got, some food resources around, they're going to show up.
And how do we stop that from, I don't think we can ever stop it completely from happening, but how do we minimize the damage they can do?
The best thing to do is just to kind of, prevention is a big deal. Try and keep good sanitation practices inside your, if you're in fairing houses, or if you're in your tractor sheds, or, little cattle sheds, calf sheds, that kind of thing. Try and pick up all the loose grain, the extra stuff, remove your bags, when you're done, that kind of thing. And that really helps diminish the food supply. The next thing you can do is you can put out rodenticides, some bar baits, those types of things. So when the rodents do show up, hopefully they're eating some of that, and they'll be quickly removed from the area before they start breeding and really become a problem.
Are there other issues we could face, ranchers and farmers, maybe even horse people? Are there things that they leave behind that may be hazardous to those animals' health?
There are a lot of times, there's several different viruses associated with rodent waste. There's like hantavirus down the southeast can be bad, but it's basic sanitation problems with bacteria, providing resources for those organisms to grow with the rodent waste, and then their ability to transmit things back and forth just because of the areas that they go and their proximity to your animals and their feed.
What are some of the basic things we should be doing as far as storage for those?
The best thing is to do is to get it up off the floor so it's not down there. Not only will it keep it from getting moisture or whatever, if there's a small amount of moisture in the barn, it just keeps it off the ground where they normally like to go. Some folks will use an old retired freezer or a refrigerator or a trash can or some sort of container as an additional layer of protection to make it so it's not easy for the rodents. That seems to work pretty well in prevention. A lot of times you have to remember rodents have plenty to eat because you're in a grain operation, and that's unavoidable. During those fall months and summer months, you can use liquid baits because they do have plenty to eat. Sometimes they won't have water. That's how we protect our warehouse here at Premier. We go out and we put liquid bait stations as well as traditional bait stations, and just every once in a while you'll find a rodent or two that is expired, but it tries to keep it under control before you have a severe problem where you get a lot of damage.
But having a barn cat could help also.
Absolutely. The problem with barn cats, I should say, is you don't prevent 100% of them. There always are going to be some rodents around. You can't really do that with traps either, but you usually have a higher percentage gone with the baits, but the cats will respond to whatever population's there and keep it under control.
If someone has questions, they can go to heycow.com.
That's right. You can go to heycow.com and see control and that sort of thing that can just give you a little bit of a place to start when you do some research about what to do this fall.